Have you ever reached a point in your day where your brain just stops working? Not sleepy, not sick, just done. You stare at your screen. You read the same sentence 4 times. You open a tab, forget why you opened it, then open another one hoping it will somehow help. Every task feels heavier than it should. Even simple decisions feel exhausting. And the worst part? You know you're capable of doing the work. You know exactly what needs to get done. But your brain feels like it's moving through wet cement. So you start questioning yourself. Am I lazy? Am I burned out? Am I losing my edge? What if I told you the problem isn't your motivation, your discipline, or your intelligence? What if your brain is simply overdue for a reset? Because here's something most people never learn. Your brain has a built-in reset system, a biological mechanism designed to clear mental fog, restore focus, and help you think clearly again. The problem is that most people accidentally prevent this system from ever turning on. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you a simple 5-step neural reset protocol that can help bring your brain back online when it feels overloaded, scattered, or completely drained. Let's start with why your brain crashes in the first place. Think of your brain like a smartphone. Every decision drains the battery, every notification consumes power, every email, conversation, problem, and distraction uses a little more energy. As the day goes on, that energy gets depleted. Inside your brain, a chemical called adenosine gradually builds up while you're awake. You can think of it as mental exhaust. The longer you stay active and focused, the more of it accumulates. Eventually, the parts of your brain responsible for focus, planning, and decision-making begin to slow down. That's the afternoon crash. That's the feeling of staring at your work and suddenly not knowing where to begin. Most people assume the answer is more coffee. Others try to force themselves through it. But neither approach actually solves the problem, because your brain doesn't just need stimulation, it needs recovery, and that's where your hidden reset system comes in. Scientists call it the default mode network. The name sounds complicated, but the idea is surprisingly simple. Imagine a busy restaurant. Customers are constantly coming in and out. Orders are flying around. The kitchen is working non-stop. Then the restaurant closes, the customers leave, and suddenly the cleaning crew arrives, the tables get wiped down, supplies get organized, everything is prepared for the next day. Your brain works the same way. When you stop actively focusing on tasks, a different network of brain regions becomes active. This network helps organize memories, process information, solve problems in the background, and restore mental resources. It's essentially your brain's maintenance crew. The problem? Most people never let the customers leave. The second they stop working, they grab their phone. They scroll, they check notifications, they watch clips. Their brain never gets a moment of genuine recovery. The maintenance crew never gets a chance to do its job. That's why so many people feel mentally exhausted even when they haven't done anything physically demanding. So let's fix that. Here's the neural reset protocol. Step 1, the hard stop. This is the step most people resist. The moment your brain starts crashing, stop completely. Close the laptop, put the phone face down, walk away from the task. No scrolling, no checking messages, no just one more thing. Why? Because your brain's maintenance system only activates when there are no demands competing for attention. Even passive scrolling gives your brain another task to process. Give yourself 5 minutes of genuine mental space and the reset process begins automatically. It sounds simple, but for most people, this is the hardest step in the entire protocol. Step 2, the breath reset. Now that you've stopped, it's time to calm the system. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale slowly for 6. Repeat this 5 times, that's it. This breathing pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body responsible for recovery and relaxation. Think of it as your biological brake pedal. Heart rate slows, stress begins to drop, and the parts of your brain responsible for clear thinking start coming back online. The amazing thing is that this takes only a few minutes, but don't stop here, because the next step is where the real reset begins. Step 3. Move. Stand up and walk. Preferably outside. Nothing intense, no workout required, just move. A 10-minute walk increases blood flow to the brain and delivers more oxygen and glucose to the areas that need it most. But something even more interesting happens. When your body moves rhythmically, your brain begins processing information differently. Problems that felt impossible often become clearer. Ideas start connecting. Mental loops begin loosening. Have you ever noticed how your best ideas seem to arrive while you're walking? That's not a coincidence. Your brain is reorganizing itself in real time. Step 4. The brain dump. This step feels almost too simple to work. Grab a piece of paper, write down everything occupying space in your mind. Tasks, worries, ideas, things you need to remember, conversations you haven't finished. Everything. Most people don't realize how much mental energy is spent trying not to forget things. Your working memory functions like computer RAM. The more unfinished tasks it holds, the slower everything else becomes. Writing things down tells your brain something important. You don't need to keep carrying this. It's stored now. You can let it go. And almost immediately, mental bandwidth starts freeing up. Finally, step 5. The re-entry ritual. This is the step that transforms a break into a reset. Before returning to work, choose exactly one thing you will focus on next, not 5 things, not your entire to-do list. One thing, write it down, say it out loud if you want, make it specific, because your brain is constantly filtering information, and it pays special attention to whatever you've told it matters most. A clear intention acts like a GPS destination. Without it, your attention wanders. With it, your brain knows exactly where to go. So here's the entire protocol. 1. Hard stop. 2. Breath reset. 3. Move. 4. Brain dump. 5. Re-entry ritual. That's it. 5 simple steps. No expensive supplements. No productivity guru's secrets. No 12-hour meditation retreats. Just giving your brain the conditions it needs to do what it was designed to do. Reset. And here's what I want you to imagine. Tomorrow morning, you sit down to work. You open your laptop. You look at the task in front of you, and instead of feeling overwhelmed, distracted, or mentally exhausted, you feel clear, focused, sharp, like someone cleaned the windshield inside your mind. That's what happens when you stop fighting your brain and start working with it. Your brain was never designed to run non-stop. It was designed to cycle between effort and recovery. And when you respect that cycle, everything changes. Not because you became more disciplined, not because you suddenly found more motivation, but because you finally gave your brain permission to do what it was built to do. Reset. If you've ever experienced that mental crash where your brain simply refuses to cooperate, hit the like button and subscribe, because in the next video, we're exposing one of the biggest myths in self-improvement. Why willpower is not what drives consistent action, and what actually does. You won't want to miss that one.